Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1585, 1585. My friend and I'm Mike Matthews. I'm standing all serious like I'm on some kind of a news station telling you the news. Today, we will have all kinds of news stories. No, we're not. Well, we will. We'll get to just stuff going on in life, in the world, in the things that happen to you and I.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
As I broadcast live from Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valleymont, Madame Rutabaga Valentino and Bison Bentley stopping by.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Yesterday I poked fun at Facebook and no, their stock wasn't crashing. It went down a couple of points, a couple percentage points, but I'm dashing. When I look in the mirror, I go, God, who is that good-looking guy? No, I don't really say that. Sometimes I look at the mirror and I cry. That was my little poem today. Did you like it? No? It could have been better?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I don't think I can live up to your standards.
I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me.
Mike's Daily
The wall
Podcast.
around you.
Yeah!
And if I built this fortress around your heart... I did a little REM yesterday. Today I did a little Sting for you. How did you like that? No? Okay.
Fake news.
Trump is popping up everywhere, as is this person. Hello, my gosh, it's Matt. And how are you today? Ooh. I am wonderful. Look. Today, everything is running smoothly so far on the show. So I was poking fun at Facebook yesterday. Ooh! Nobody ever comments on anything I do on Facebook. I've got a notification. Let me click on it. 2 people reacted to my picture of Basil kissing me yesterday, giving me a big... I made that sound effect all myself. You're welcome. Wow, I can't believe 2 people. That's insane. I never, ever had anyone ever comment on or like or do anything to anything I ever did on Facebook ever. Because I am a white male who doesn't have any kids.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The only way I get anybody to look at or click on anything I post on Facebook is if I put my dog in there. Is if I use my dog for my own needs. No, you know what? It's so funny because it doesn't matter if you know, and a lot of women, younger women, pretty women, walking down the street, pretty women, the kind I'd like to meet. All kinds of those they're the ones that get 1,000 likes, 1,000 comments, or the ones that post very political things, or what I like to call, Russians, is basically.
I say it's better to get along with Russia than not.
But the point is that now it doesn't matter how many followers you have on Facebook. You can brag all you want. I have thousands of followers. It doesn't matter anymore. Facebook is done. Okay? They are... This whole Cambridge Analytical thing that used... Well, Mike, it wasn't actually Facebook that mined the people's stuff. It wasn't them that data mined. It was the Cambridge Analytical... No. There were so many things along the way that Facebook could have done, and they didn't. And it's because they don't care. And I think people are more and more... they're aware of how much Facebook doesn't care. But that's neither here nor there anywhere. It is there or here or anywhere. It's everything, because it's what we've been basing all our social media crap about is Facebook. Now, people will move to Instagram, which is owned by Facebook. That's fine. They'll still stay on, and things will still be stale because of Instagram puts me to friggin' sleep. Oh my gosh, all it is, once in a while you get like, what's her face posting a picture or oh God. And you know, what is it? Taylor Swift has her big Twitter following, or Facebook or Instagram following. Whatever. The celebrities, they got their big followings on Instagram like they do on Twitter. It's just boring. It's social media. Let's move on. I think I've overdone. At any rate, all things considered, had on someone that used to work at Facebook and who was someone who, a former insider.
Lawmakers and regulators are demanding answers from Facebook.
Oh, this is interesting.
The company has acknowledged that the personal data of 50
Facebook data, or who I hypothesized might do bad things with Facebook data. And some of the actors on the list included foreign state actors and data brokers. Mm-hmm. And I sent this PowerPoint deck to senior executives at the company. And I didn't really see much change happen as a result.
This guy working for Facebook, he told them, look, we've got all these holes. All these bad actors in the world can take advantage of it, take advantage of all the information. Do you know what happened with this whole story is people, the idiots that you knew on Facebook that did those stupid personality tests? Because in the world, it's always been a me generation, right? All the way back to the 70s, even the 60s. It's me, 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 me. We're so narcissistic. Hold on, I'm almost done. Thank you. Cystic. And all we care about is ourselves, and Facebook is just a mirror of ourselves, right? We're just trying to show that's in the name. It's our face. And people would go, oh, do this personality test. What harm could there be? Oh, you're giving all your information. Well, as soon as you get on Facebook, you're giving them all your information. It's asking you questions. Where do you live? How old are you? Do you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, or husband? Are you gay? Are you lesbian? Do you have a play? Do you work? Where do you work? What is it like when you work? Show pictures. Post pictures. They're so easy. What are some of your songs that you like? Tell us every little thing. We won't share it with anybody. Shh. It's just our little secret. No, it goes on to everybody. Everybody's got it. You just know as soon as you get on Facebook, your face is out there. And you're no longer secret. But what sucks in the world, and some of you don't have Facebook, and I applaud you, is that if you talk to someone, are you on Facebook? Hey, we can talk. Are you on Facebook? Oh, no, I'm not on Facebook. And everybody goes, what? You're not on Facebook? You gotta be on Facebook. Oh my God. It's like you're not really human. Do you breathe? Do you have lungs? You don't have lungs, do you? Do you have a brain? Do you even have the gray matter in the head? You don't have a head! Oh my God, you don't have a head. Because you're not on Facebook, you don't have a face. Eyes without a face. Billy Idol. So what happened, and then I had a friend in Huntsville, Alabama, who refused to go on Facebook. She finally went on Facebook. Look what happened. She has 1 million followers because she's beautiful. She's got 2 beautiful daughters. She posts all these beautiful pictures of them. It's all beauty, beauty, beauty. They do fun things. They travel everywhere. People are like, oh, I love this. They're texting, click, 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 click. Oh, I love you. Click, 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 as they're typing away, or they're on their phone or on their keyboard. Click, 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 click. I love you so much. Click, 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 like, blink, 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 like, happy face. Oh, and then they changed all the things you could do, the reactions. Now you can go, wow! That's one of the new things you can do. Actually, they've been doing that for a while. Wow! Wow. Or you can go, oh, I'm angry. Urgh. So angry. This is the sound effect for the angry. Urgh. And, and what's the other one? Love. I love. Oh, this is so important. I love it. Oh, I'm sad. I'm so sad. So sad. And when someone posts something about someone dying, everybody goes, I'm sad. That's all they do is go, I'm sad. When someone like your dad dies and you post it on Facebook, all they do is say, I'm sad. That is the most vapid. There's no feeling. Hey, what happened to the old days we used to pick up the phone or even send a sympathy card? No, we just go, I'm sad. No, Facebook sucks. Facebook, one of the stories on NPR's All Things Considered, which I listen to when I come home. I don't listen to the local ones on KQED, who has the highest ratings in San Francisco right now, and San Jose. They're number one in the ratings book. The ratings book, Nielsen, who rates the radio stations. I don't listen to them locally because too many commercials, too many sponsors. I like to listen to Huntsville, Alabama, where I used to live. It's kind of a smaller market, smaller NPR station. They've got students running it, and it's kind of neat to hear what's going on locally. They just had some bad tornadoes in Huntsville, but worried me because I have friends there. So I listened to the Huntsville, Alabama one. I listen when I come home. All Things Considered is on, and they were talking. This one guy is on Twitter. People are moving from Facebook to Twitter, and I don't know if this is going to continue. Facebook is so ingrained. It's like the reason why radio will never disappear. As big as podcasting gets, people are comfortable with radio. Radio has a tradition. Radio is easy. It's just an antenna, and boink, you've got the radio station on, and it's easy. People, it's just so integrated. Even though radio stations, and you've heard about Clear Channel, iHeartRadio, went bankrupt last week. Cumulus, who I used to work for in Alabama, they went bankrupt a couple months ago. It's these huge conglomerates going bankrupt. I am on the iHeartRadio app, by the way, still. I thought they kicked me off, but I guess I'm back on. They pulled me back in. Thank you for pulling me back in. If that's an app that you... But I'm hearing people are listening to me on Stitcher. At any rate, this Facebook person that used to work for Facebook told them, look, we've got big holes, and somebody like a Cambridge Analytica is going to take advantage of us.
Cambridge Analytica, and said, we need you to delete the data. But they just took the word of those two parties that they had deleted the data, and in fact they had not. They lied.
Cambridge Analytica, I stand corrected, Cambridge Analytica told Facebook, when Facebook found out that they had amassed all this data, not from the idiot people that that do the personality test because they're narcissistic, because they like to open up their presents, open up the Star Wars packages on YouTube channels. Oh my God. I'm sorry, that was my rant last show. One more rant about that guy. He always asks me, do you have a girlfriend yet? Do you have a girlfriend yet? No. Why do you care? I may never have a girlfriend yet. I think people get into relationships for all the wrong reasons. Even the relationships that turn out right, they're all the wrong reasons when they start. Bad hookup, arranged marriage, you're lonely and desperate. And then they blossom into something if they turn out to be something good later on. But I'm staying away from it right now. Get the out of my... Wow, I just kind of cussed a little bit there, so... At any rate, that's neither here nor there, anywhere up there. It is, though, what Cambridge Analytica was looking into the information. Oh, and Facebook told them to delete all the data you have. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to take information from the friends of the people that participate in these personality things.
They lied. And the problem is Facebook had a right to audit. They had the ability to go in and demand a physical audit of the disk drives and storage.
And tell Cambridge Analytica, you've got to delete all that stuff. It's got to go. You can't own it. That's illegal.
And the code of the application itself, they didn't use that, nor did they sue either of these parties at that point, despite the fact that it was a serious violation. And they waited, and they did nothing until last Friday, when they finally started to take real action against Cambridge Analytica and banned them from Facebook's platform.
And what?
So, yeah, and that is... Oh, and the Cambridge Analytica CEO was suspended one day after release of the hidden camera report. And that, yeah, so it's just a muddy, mucky mess. And this was, let's see, the person talking in that I don't have, but it is under what did Cambridge Analytica do during the 2016 election. And, it's under the former Facebook insider says company cannot be trusted to regulate itself. Sandy Parakalis. Sandy Parakalis was who we were hearing talking. Thank you, Sandy, for giving us that insight. Meanwhile, Mike'sDailyPodcast.com is the website to go to check out all the wonderful podcast pictures that I have taken, because they're so groundbreaking. How about this one of a bunch of seals at Pier 39 as the sun is setting? Okay, that's today's podcast picture. I could throw in a seal sound effect right here. And I did. The seals. Oh, the seals. Sea lions. So, back to Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor? There's a documentary that examines him and his show. Very creative guy. Fred Rogers' 90th birthday. Oh, it would have been his 90th birthday. Interesting. Okay. Now, you've probably heard about this by now, but the suspected Texas bomber killed himself. A 24-year-old man. And
SWAT team approached the vehicle. The suspect detonated a bomb inside the vehicle, knocking one of our SWAT officers back, and one of our SWAT officers fired at the suspect as well. The suspect is deceased and has significant injuries from a blast that occurred from detonating a bomb inside his vehicle. We cannot name the suspect at this time because he has not been positively identified yet by the medical examiner, and next of kin have not yet been notified. So, this
24-year-old man, and this happened just north of Austin, where the detonation took place. This brings to an end, possibly, the craziness that's been going on in Austin. When I went to sleep last night, there was like a fifth explosion that took place. So, police had tracked the suspect to a hotel near Austin, and were following his vehicle when he pulled to the side of the road and detonated the device. Wow. We'll see what happens in the wake of all of this. The first bombings occurred as the state capitol was hosting the annual South by Southwest Music, Film, and Technology Festival. Then Israel admits to bombing a suspected Syrian nuclear reactor, but this was back in 2007. And in the process of exposing this, warned Iran. The Al-Kubar facility near Deir al-Zor in eastern Syria. And it was a site where a reactor that Damascus engaged in nuclear cooperation with North Korea. This according to Reuters. And then Stephen Hawking's ashes are going to be interred at the Westminster Abbey, next to Sir Isaac Newton. Among some of the greatest scientists in history is where he will be laid to rest. And then, au revoir, sacre bleu. The baguette. France goes burger mad and leaves behind the baguette. The baguette has failed. Goodbye, baguette.
I'm French! Why do you think I have this outrageous accent, you silly king?
Baguette lovers may be horrified to learn that in 2017, for the first time ever, hamburger sales were higher in France than the classic jambon beurre Sandwich. American-style burgers were on the menu at 85% of restaurants in France last year, with a whopping 1.5 billion units sold. The silver lining for foodies was the gradual demise of junk food, with good quality, fresh alternatives on the rise. Interestingly, fast food joints sold just 30% of burgers in France, with the majority sold at restaurants with full table service. This is all big news for a country that takes great pride in its national culinary culture, which for years resisted the global burger onslaught. As we go outside of Café Anyway, we're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. I've been to France, but only Strasbourg. I've never been to Paris or anything. Strasbourg near the German border. And I went there in 1986 on a bike with my friend Derek. We rode our bikes there. And I remember, for some reason, whenever I hear the song by Hall & Oates, "You're out of touch, I'm out of time," I just think of that trip, because I remember humming that song in my head as I rode my bike. Or it wasn't my bike, it was my uncle's bike. Uncle Yup, who you hear at the beginning of every Mike's Daily Podcast, saying, I'll sing you another song. Yes, that's what he's saying. Speaking of all the past Mike's Daily Podcasts, they can be found on Dropbox links that I have throughout my website, mikesdailypodcast.com. However, I am finding out that at the end of the week, Dropbox goes public, an IPO, initial public offering, and they are mostly going to sell privately to people inside the company, but I have a bad feeling about this. I don't think Dropbox is going to do well traded publicly. I think they have done a lot of stupid mistakes over the years. I've been using them since 2009, and they have done over and over ridiculous things that have caused me to do a lot of work to try and update links and whatnot. And they just ask you a bunch of stupid questions when you open an account, much like Facebook does. And they do just weird, funky things. So I would not buy that stock if I had the money to buy the stock. And finally, Jerome Powell, speaking of some money things here, Jerome Powell, our Fed chairman who replaced the short little lady who was the bane of all the conservatives' existence. I can't think of her name. Frick. And Jerome Powell is taking over, and he's doing his first press conference today. So there you go. If you didn't know, that's that happening today. Even though there's a big four-easter happening, another nor'easter hitting the East Coast. Finally. And I produce a show where Guy talks about money things, so that's why I know about that. Janet Yellen, thank you. The guy that does the show, likes to make up excuses. And the expression was used the other day explaining you can't BS a BSer. And think about that for a while. If that's true, aren't we all BSers? Some of us do it a little bit more than others, but it just made me think. Basically, you can tell when someone's lying. You can tell when someone's fibbing. Or can you? I think we're all a little bit smarter than that. Okay, I guess that's what I was going to just end the show with. I'm not lying about anything, like I'm outside or anything. I'm really outside. I'm outside. Okay, I'm not. But hey, it's part of the imagination part of this show. Next show, though, we'll have some people that, hey, I didn't say hi to Valentino and Bison Bentley.
That's all right, Mike.
Yeah, move on. Do you know what? Okay, thanks, guys. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Shelley Shuhart, Floyd the Foreman, and John Deere the Engineer. Whew.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.